I am Dr. B. Vinmali. Today we are going to see description of consonants, in which we are going to see the place of articulation of consonants. In phonetics, description of consonants is very much important. When we describe a consonant, we have to indicate whether the sound is voiced or voiceless. That is, whether the vocal cords vibrate or not. Based on this, we have the subdivision of consonants such as voiced consonants and voiceless consonants. Next, we have to indicate whether the soft palate is raised or lowered. That is, whether the asterisk passes through the mouth only or through the nose only. Based on this, we have the subdivisions like oral sounds and nasal sounds. Thirdly, we have to indicate the place of articulation. That is, where in the mouth the closure or narrowing takes place. Finally, we have to indicate the manner of articulation. That is, the degree or kind of closure or narrowing that is assumed in producing the sound. We need two organs of speech or articulators for the articulation of any speech sound. Articulators are the organs of speech which help to articulate a sound. The articulator that moves towards the passive articulator is called active articulator. And we have the articulator which does not move. This is called passive articulator. For articulation of any speech sound, we need these two organs. Under this place of articulation, we find that where the airflow is obstructed to articulate the consonant, and this is determined by the passive articulator. So, the sounds classified are named after the passive articulator. So, phonetically, in the production of consonants, there is either a closure on the air passage or a narrowing that would cause audible friction. And this place is found by the passive articulator. For example, if the back of the tongue, that is, it can be moved. The tongue is the active articulator which can move from one place to another or towards the passive articulator. So, when the back of the tongue moves towards velum is nothing but the soft palate which lies in the roof of the mouth, and it is a passive one which does not move. And when the back of the tongue, active articulator, moves towards the velum, the soft palate, passive articulator, it produces the sound k, and it is a velar sound. Now let us see the classification of consonants. There are 13 consonants types in the languages spoken around the world. Among them, only 8 sounds are available in English language. The 13 consonant types are labiodental, bilabial, dental or interdental, denti-alveolar, post-alveolar, alveolar, palatal consonant, palato-alveolar consonant, velar consonant, uvular consonant, glottal consonant, pharyngeal consonant, and finally we have labial velar. Among these 13 consonants, English language has only 8 consonants. Only the 8 consonant sounds occur in English. They are bilabial, labiodental, dental or interdental, alveolar, palato-alveolar, palatal, velar, and glottal. You must have noted when the bilabial p is articulated, the vocal box is not vibrating. So it is voiceless bilabial oral consonant. And this bilabial p occurs initially as in please, medially as in paper, and finally as in rat. We have the bilabial voiced b. When the sound bilabial b is articulated, the vocal box vibrates. That is, the vocal cords vibrate. This vibration is due to the closely kept glottis. You could see the vibration of vocal cords in the video. And this voiced bilabial oral sound occurs initially as in the word belt, medially in the word subdue, and finally as in the word cup. Next, we can see the bilabial consonant m. It is also a voiced bilabial consonant, but it is a nasal consonant. We could see that the lips are not moving, but they are close together, so the air cannot pass through the oral cavity. And the soft palate is also lowered. It opens up the passage of nasal cavity, and you can also see the vibration of vocal box. This bilabial consonant m occurs initially in the word move, medially in the word smoke, and finally in the word come. Thank you for watching. We can see in the